So, you're here wondering why is melatonin the worst thing that I can possibly take? Who is this weird guy yelling at me for taking melatonin? Why should I listen to him? Alright, let's get into it. First of all, my name is Enda Dunbar. Thank you for clicking on my video. Secondly, I'm a scientist. That's why you should listen to me. Thirdly, melatonin, why is it bad for you? We'll start off with saying, what is melatonin? Melatonin is a hormone that our bodies produce to help us sleep. Why do we use it? Because sometimes people have trouble falling asleep, and when you're desperate to have a good night's sleep, you're gonna try anything that anybody says might work. Who uses it? People that have trouble falling asleep. However, it should be noted that it's also being looked at as a replacement for alcohol in the nightlife scene for anybody that might not want to indulge in alcohol, who lives a sober lifestyle, but might still want to have a nightlife scene in their lifestyle. When do you use it? Generally at nighttime, but anytime you really want to need help falling asleep. I know people that are nurses who take sleep from 2 p.m. till 10 p.m. and then continue their night shift, right? So you might take it then. Where do you use it? Hopefully on a bed, in a couch, somewhere that you're allowed to actually sleep, somewhere that you want to be comfortable. I'm hoping you're probably not taking this just before driving, because that probably wouldn't be the smartest. How do you take it? Usually you take it as a pill. However, sometimes it's also taken as a drink, orally though. The next question is, how does melatonin work? Melatonin affects the GABA, the GABA receptors of our brain. GABA, GABA, stands for gamma aminobutyric acid, and it is the brain, part of the brain that is affected, that when affected, it can lead to loss of anxiety or sedation, which when you're looking for a good night's sleep is exactly what you're looking for. The benefits of it, again, people who take it will probably only say great things about it. Because let's be honest, again, when you have trouble sleeping and you find something that actually helps you sleep, it's God's gift. You can't do anything better than get it. So again, helps you sleep. Side effects need to be noted though. There's not entirely researched all that much, but it's said to affect our motor skills and decision making. And you can also have side effects of headaches, nausea, grogginess, and dry mouth. So now there's one comparison that I think that should be made that I haven't heard a lot of people making. What's another widely available, over-the-counter, orally taken object that can help us to enjoy a nightlife, can also help us fall asleep, reduce anxiety, can affect motor skills and decision-making, and have the same side effects of nausea, headaches, dry mouth, and grogginess. And anybody can get it once they are 21. Alcohol, beer, wine, spirits. And wouldn't you know it, alcohol also affects the GABA, GABA receptors of the brain. So there's some problems that I find with this. First and foremost, there's the ethical issues. There's probably no real question about giving a child melatonin. We're not going to consider giving child alcohol. It's just an awful, awful look. Not to mention the sober lifestyle, something that I don't know if a lot of people speak about. People that don't want to enjoy alcohol, people that don't enjoy alcohol, that remove it from their lifestyles, may not know the side effects and how melatonin works. And I just hope it wouldn't cause somebody to relapse, because that's an awful, awful thing to think of. So again, the next question becomes is, how has melatonin become such a nonchalant, readily used oral sedative that is kind of just around the states, around the world? It's become socially acceptable. You hear about it on like morning talk shows about like, oh, melatonin does this and melatonin does that, and it's got this golden halo over it, right? There's also less noted side effects with it, and there's generally less risk to others, which I think is the biggest one. You don't really have to worry about people taking melatonin and getting behind the wheel. Generally, people that are taking melatonin are going right to sleep and not really affecting anybody else's day. So the question that you guys probably have now is, what is the point? Why are you talking about this? Why do you care? I just care because I don't think melatonin is as harmless as people might think. People, when you're desperate for a good night's sleep, you're willing to try anything, and melatonin is something that is able to help. I'm not saying that it's bad or that people shouldn't take it. I'm saying quite the opposite, honestly. I'm saying the benefits of it on a day-to-day level are fantastic for the people that need it. But there are the drawbacks of it. And I don't think the drawbacks are really getting talked about enough. To somebody that might want to know about them, they're worth noting, and how it works and how melatonin affects our bodies is something that I don't hear a whole lot about, which is, again, why I'm here. So now you're saying, Enda, the scientist, the crazy guy, right? Give me something else that can help me fall asleep then. I got 3 for you. First and foremost, meditation. Side effects of it, mental clarity, and a sense of superiority over anybody else that might not meditate. Secondly, a weighted blanket. Side effects, great night's sleep, and maybe a little muscle fatigue for the first 7 to 10 days, but should go away. Thirdly, a warm glass of milk. Side effects of it, or an overtly cozy feeling, and maybe some dietary issues if you have lactose intolerance. I heard warm almond milk might do the trick too. So lastly, why should you care? If you're taking melatonin and it's working for you, great. I hope it continues to work for you. However, if you're noting other side effects of it that I've listed off here, grogginess, headaches, dry mouth, nausea, and you're putting it off as to, oh, well, maybe I'm just under the weather, or, oh, like, it could be like a stomach bug going around, maybe I'm just sick. It might be sick, but it might be something else that I think might be worth looking into. So try looking into it. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down in the comments. I love reading your comments. I think they're greatly inspiring, and I hope to answer more of your questions. And don't forget, if you do like my content, to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.